I'm not gonna lie, this is not a fun video to make. This is not clickbait. I'm not trying to appease the algorithm with this one at all. We just got news that another stereo shop that has been in business for 76 years is closing in Des Moines. So in the last 6 months, we've had two really iconic stereo shops close. And this isn't just Des Moines, it's really everywhere. One of them, Travis Audio Video, they've been in business for 76 years. You know, think about that, 76 years. And the other one, Audio Video Logic, had been around for 35. A lot of times when we told people, or when it came up that these businesses were closing, usually the first thing that they would say would be, well, it's really good for you, isn't it? You know, you're gonna get that business. And that's not it at all. Both those businesses had a lot to do with our success. We all sold different things. We offered different services. You know, you look around Valley Junction and all these businesses bring business to us and vice versa. A lot of times you'll see people come down here in a car and, you know, the wives, the kids, friends, those types of things, they all have different interests. So they end up shopping at everybody's businesses. And it was the same thing with Travis and Audio Video Logic. Audio Video Logic was really high end. They had Macintosh, Vocal, B&W. Travis Audio Video, I would say, was mainly TV, a home theater, and custom installation. And, you know, so we're not going to get any of that business. Who's going to get that business is Walmart, Amazon, and Best Buy, really. You know, in a lot of ways with Travis, they had one of the best technicians in Des Moines. Steve had been there for 40 years, 40 plus years. And you have to think, these companies, they employed a lot of people. Hi. And, you know, he was definitely one of the best technicians in Des Moines. I took so much stuff there to have him work on. And it's not good. You know, other local businesses aren't picking up that much business when another local business closes. It's going online. And really, Valley Junction has always kind of been, it's a place where a new business starts. There's a lot of built-in traffic down here. And so it's good for a new business that kind of just wants to test the market a little bit. You know, you rent a space, you see if you can make a go of it, see if there's enough interest in what you're selling. And then, you know, back in the day, I think you kind of moved on to a bigger space. You know, you got your own building. And honestly, 20 years ago, that's exactly what we'd be doing right now. We'd probably be getting a bigger space, something with a loading dock, office. I mean, that would be the dream. That's the American dream, really, for a business back in the day. The idea of expanding a brick and mortar business, it just doesn't really exist anymore. When you think about a business like Travis Audio Video closing, and you think about the people that have shopped there for the last 50 years, you know, I would imagine most of their customers are older. And a lot of them are probably buying TVs, needing those TVs to be hung on a wall or over a fireplace, and that was one of the services that Travis offered. Amazon and Walmart are not going to come to your house and hang your TV. And that's a service that's going to be missed or needed. They did sell some new stereo equipment, but not very much. Their focus really was TV and home theater. You drive around Des Moines and all you see are for lease signs in commercial buildings. It's everywhere. Recently, for the new space, I was looking for a conference table, and they're everywhere, and they're cheap. You can get on Facebook Marketplace and buy a $3,000 conference table for 150 bucks. A lot of times you see them for free. They just want them out of there. It's changed. It's changed a lot. And I don't think it's for the better, and I think there's a lot more change coming. I think the days of having a 10-year business plan are over. I'm looking a year out. Anything more than that is irrelevant. Right now, with social media being the dominant way of really reaching new customers, that's great. We've done well with that. But it's not going to be forever. Before that, you had yellow pages, print ads, TV and radio. I mean, I remember back in the day when a business would strategically name their business for having the first listing in the yellow pages. That was actually a thing. I think most people can remember that. You got a plane going by. You remember that when it was like AAA stereo and ABC electric and stuff like that? That was all to get your listing in the yellow pages further up. People don't do that anymore. You don't need to. The yellow pages are gone. And the crazy thing is, what's coming next? Do I think social media is still going to be what it is today in 5 years? No way. AI is right around the corner. It's here. I think it's advancing way faster than they thought it was going to. And I think it's going to change everything. The days of brick and mortar, not looking good. When we opened Skyabs, my goal with Skyabs was to be a place where I worked. That was it. I just needed to get away from having a boss and the mundane, routine jobs that I got bored with after 5-6 months and couldn't handle it anymore. My goal was to open up a one-man shop, be my own boss, do my own thing, and eke out a living. That's it. And I am 100% grateful for where I am now. If we have to close the store today, it was a great experience. I won't see it any other way than that was awesome. I had a lot of fun. I'm not there. I want to continue this. But, the old days of building up a business and growing a brick and mortar business are over. I would have loved to have bought some massive building with a nice big loading dock, an office and a huge showroom and listening room and the old business American dream, but it is gone. We have outgrown this space we're in. There it is right there. That's the back door. We outgrew this space a long time ago as far as what we're able to keep on hand for new inventory. It just doesn't justify itself having a large brick and mortar retail store. I'm better off putting new product in storage units, keeping the footprint of the business small, and being able to adapt when something changes, because every 2 years anymore, things are changing and you're having to adapt. And I'm not saying business used to be easier. I'm not saying that, but I think the speed at which businesses are having to adapt has increased, and I don't think it's going to slow down either. Again, that 10-year business plan, it just sounds silly, honestly. I mean, I think you're lucky to predict the next year. The changes we've had to make with the shutdowns, not being able to open our doors, and then building a website so that we could reach customers outside of this little area. November, December, and January are great for the retail store, for the brick and mortar. But there's no way that it would be sustainable on that. You have to have an online presence. There's just no way around it. People aren't going out as much anymore. They're not shopping local as much anymore, and how can you blame them? I mean, I'm guilty of it too. It's really easy to sit on your couch and order something with 2-day shipping with really easy returns. You can't beat that. Not to mention the prices they're able to buy stuff for, because they're buying at such large volumes. Local businesses can't keep up with that. They can't compete. So when people say, well, that's good for you, you're going to get that business. It's not, man. It really isn't. The local business isn't enough for a business to survive on. There's not enough reason to grow it and expand. And there goes Holt Plumbing and Heating. Now there's a local business that's going to survive. Electricians, plumbing, services, physical labor. At least until the robots actually do come in and take over that too. But I think they've got a little bit of time left. Travis Audio Video closing and Audio Video Logic closing, there's not going to be a replacement. There's no point, and they know it. Everybody knows it. With AI advancing faster than they thought it would, people obviously shifting their purchases to online retail. I mean, how many brick and mortar businesses will even be open in 10 years? I think that's a fair question. And this is apparent everywhere you look, in every large city and small town in America. I'll be back next Sunday with my chipper self talking about the important things like vintage stereo equipment. But I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great week. Thank you. Thank you. If you like this video, you should definitely watch that one. It's fun. Promise.